Hey Renter Tires, it's Adam Schrader, and today we're going to talk about what to do with a low appraisal. Before we get started with today's video, I want to remind everybody, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, click the notifications bell, get alerted when we put our videos out, because we are trying our best as always to make you the best and smartest investor you can possibly be as you go along your real estate journey. And as always, if you liked the video at the end, click the like button so that we can know you enjoyed the video and we can keep making more like this. Also, other people will see that it's a video worth watching and they'll get helped along the way too. And as always, if you have any questions about the video or any other topics you want us to consider, enter it in the comments below and we will get to it as soon as possible. So let's get into today's topic, and that is, what do you do with a low appraisal? First off, let's talk about what an appraisal is. An appraisal is simply one qualified real estate professional's opinion on what the property is worth. Sometimes they go into this knowing what the contract is for the property, oftentimes. Other times they don't know what it is. But essentially what they're doing is the lender is sending this third-party person out to look at the property, and they tell the lender this property is worth X amount, and that actually binds the lender. They cannot loan you money above the appraised value. So if your appraisal comes in low, you might have to put more money into the deal in order to get it funded. So let's talk about how this happens. First off, I want you to know low appraisals are coming in more common than ever in recent memory. Why is that? It's quite simple. Appraisers pull their comps off of the MLS. Well, what have we been seeing in today's marketplace? We've been seeing homes go so quickly that what is the point of putting them on the MLS? So many people have just walked outside, stuck a for sale sign in their yard, and sold their property recently. Real estate agents get the listing and just call their friends, send a group text and say, hey, I've got a property for sale. I don't know about where you live, but where I live, my realtor actually has texted me and said, hey, on your walks, if you see any coming soon signs, let me know because I have people looking to buy. So in today's environment, putting your home on the MLS doesn't need to happen. And if it doesn't need to happen, guess what? They're not going to pay to do it. And if they're not on the MLS, the appraisers can't find out about sales that are actually happening. So just know, low appraisals are happening. It doesn't mean that properties aren't worth what they're being sold for. It's just a little bit harder to find them. So what do you do when you get this low appraisal? Well, when low appraisals happen, you really have four options. The first option is that the buyer pays the gap between the appraised price and the purchase price. So let's just say that there's a $150,000 purchase price. The appraisal comes in at $145,000 and the buyer says, you know what? I think this home is worth $150,000. So I will cover that $5,000 gap. So my 20% down payment is now $29,000 because I'm only being loaned $145,000. So it's $29,000 plus the $5,000. So now I'm going to be in for $34,000 instead of I initially thought I was going to be in for $30,000. That is the first option. The second option is the opposite. The seller says, okay, it's only worth that amount according to the appraiser. Fine, I can live with that. I will sell it at the appraised value. So the purchase price drops to that $145,000 in this example. The other option is there's negotiation. And this negotiation takes place between the buyer and seller to see what is a fair price. You can definitely file a dispute on the appraisal. The problem is you're essentially going back and telling the appraiser, hey, you don't know what you're doing. You should reevaluate it. So the question is, will they change it? Don't bank on it. It could happen. It has happened, but don't bank on it. So maybe you meet in the middle. Maybe you sell it for $147,500 and you bring $2,500 to the table. Maybe you meet at $146,000 or $148,000 or somewhere in there. But you can negotiate, as real estate is just a continual negotiation. You can negotiate and find a price that both teams are happy with. Or the fourth option is you walk away. Now, walking away obviously is the last resort because you're walking away from an asset that will put money in your pocket every single day, even at the price that you were paying. So that's not what you want to do, but you do have that option. You're also going to be out the appraisal cost, which is usually anywhere in the $500 to $700 range. But if it keeps you from overpaying on a deal in some way, then I guess it could be worth it. But just remember, you evaluated this deal initially at the purchase price. So you got to ask yourself, is it worth walking away for the amount that the appraisal is off? Now, in some cases, the answer is yes. Other cases, the answer is no. It's just something you need to evaluate as you're going through your deal. So you do need to realize though, this will lower your return on investment if you have to bring money to the table. That doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing, but you will have more cash in the deal, and so your cash on cash will drop a little. On the other side, your cash flow is going to go up every month because you're still going to get the same rent, but your mortgage payment's going to be lower now because your loan amount is lower. So you're getting slightly lower cash on cash because of the money you've put in, but you're getting higher cash flow because of the loan amount. So I guess it's kind of a trade-off, one way or the other. The moral of the story here is, don't let a low appraisal scare you away from a deal. Look, it is just one person's opinion. You can also, as you're filling out that dispute form, talk to us at Rent to Retirement, talk to the seller, see what comps they can give you to show the appraiser to say, hey, this home is worth $150, this home is worth $200. There is a reason that the selling team priced it how they did. They ran comps. They can show you why they priced it the way they did. So don't just say, low appraisal, I'm out. Fight back, fill out the dispute form, and just ask yourself, of this appraised value that it missed by, how much am I willing to put into the deal before I walk away? And then negotiate with the seller and say, hey, I'm comfortable going up to 148. And they'll say, I don't love it, but I'll take it. Or, yeah, we really need that 150. And then you can decide, is the 2,000 a breaking point for you? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know. I haven't seen the deal in this case. So yes, it is a warning sign. It is a concern, but it's just another time to sit back and reevaluate the deal to see if it still makes financial sense for you. Because in today's environment, with everything we've seen, housing inventory wise, appreciation wise, lockdowns, all of that we've seen through COVID, home prices are not going to go down soon. I know I might sound like a broken record. You might think I'm too optimistic, but the fact of the matter is, these $150,000 homes, these $300,000 homes are not being built in this country, are not available. They just don't exist for the most part. So how are they going to go down in price? It's really hard. We have a lack of inventory nationwide, and we have rental properties that can fill this gap for people. If they can't buy it, rent it. So you're in a position where you can make a really good investment, even if you have to kick in a little extra money into the deal to meet that low appraisal. So I hope this video has been helpful. If it has, please click the like button. Let us know that it was worth your time. We'd really appreciate it. Subscribe to our channel, click the notifications bell as always, and don't forget to check us out at renttoretirement.com. That's renttoretirement.com. You can see all of our inventory there. You can schedule a call with our investment strategist to talk about your real estate portfolio and how we can best help you move to the goals that you're trying to achieve. Really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. See you on the next one.
Thanks for watching the Rent to Retirement YouTube channel. Check out some of our other videos, like this one, or this one here.